Recent allegations by Jaguar Wright have ignited significant controversy, claiming Jay-Z is far worse than P. Diddy. As Diddy faces legal issues involving manipulation and abuse, Wright's comments have opened a floodgate of speculation about Jay-Z's conduct. Wright accuses Jay-Z of inappropriate relationships with young artists, raising questions about power dynamics and exploitation in the music industry. As scrutiny intensifies, Jay-Z's carefully managed public image contrasts sharply with these disturbing allegations, prompting a broader discussion about accountability among music's most powerful figures.
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my first-hand knowledge. It is my first-hand witness account experience. Now, Jay-Z has had relationships with many underage girls, and they consistently keep trying to pass that off. Was 14 and a half.
He may be even more famous than his friend Sean Diddy Combs, and now he's facing similar accusations of sexual assault in civil court.
Until him and his cohorts are all held to account publicly and legally.
Recent allegations by Jaguar Wright have ignited significant controversy as she claims that Jay-Z is far worse than P. Diddy, with Diddy facing legal issues involving accusations of manipulation and abuse. Wright's comments have triggered widespread speculation about Jay-Z's conduct and the broader dynamics of the music industry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
I want to give you props though, because on your channel, which I want to plug, you Jaguar Wright Effect, you guys can support it. You posted last night, your first response was reposting the unedited Piers Morgan interview, which I found very ballsy and very telling. And again, this is where it all came from, where Piers Morgan was scared by Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's attorney, proving they are watching and they're being litigious. I got to watch my back, Jaguar. I appreciate you getting that. And I don't want to lose my platform. I can't afford Alex Spiro.
I wouldn't want that for anyone. I don't want anyone to lose their platform.
He's good. He's good too. Right or wrong.
He's real good.
The scrutiny on Jay-Z, given his prominent status, has opened up a floodgate of speculation, raising questions about power dynamics, exploitation, and accountability within the industry.
Biggie died, Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out.
The scrutiny on Jay-Z and Diddy, both towering figures in the music industry, is intense. Diddy's recent scandals have led to a re-examination of Jay-Z's past associations. Wright's allegations highlight troubling patterns, such as the exploitation of power dynamics.
I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common: Sean Carter.
Jaguar Wright needs to watch her back because now that Diddy is in jail, she could talk about him all she wants. But her claims that Beyonce and Jay-Z have more victims than Diddy isn't going to fly. And now the Carters' lawyers are going after Jaguar.
For instance, Urbanoire was reportedly dropped from Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records under mysterious circumstances amid rumors of an inappropriate relationship. Similarly, Foxy Brown, who began working with Jay-Z as a teenager, has been part of discussions about questionable age gaps and power imbalances.
And both Combs and Jay-Z, they have been very instrumental in the music industry and have launched the careers of other artists. They both famously mentored Usher, who has said that he went to New York to learn about the business when he was still a teen, got a crash course in what the scene was like in the early 2000s. And years later, by the way, Combs would offer the same type of mentorship to a young Justin Bieber. Both Jay-Z and Combs, they appeared alongside DJ Khaled as he was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2022. So you have two titans in the music industry who appeared to be quite close. And all of this just goes to show how much time Jay-Z and Combs have spent together over the past few decades. Is it possible that Jay-Z had no idea of the accusations against Sean Combs? I mean, assuming that these allegations are true, allegations that he raped and sexually assaulted both men and women, even children, and that he held these freak-offs, basically these orgies that involved commercial sex workers and drugs and camera equipment. Is it possible Jay-Z didn't know anything about this, assuming these allegations are true?
One of the most debated topics is Jay-Z's relationship with Beyoncé, whom he reportedly met when she was 16. Although their public relationship began years later, critics argue the age gap and power dynamics raise questions about potential grooming. These patterns of behavior echo accusations made against Diddy, suggesting a broader issue of power abuse in the industry.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling. Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit ass record. From the Austin Powers shit, it was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and your love got me thinking so crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page Six. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dane. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again?
A recurring theme in Wright's statements is Jay-Z's alleged ability to control his public image. Unlike Diddy, whose high-profile lifestyle often attracted controversy, Jay-Z has cultivated a persona of sophistication and philanthropy. Wright asserts this strategic image management has shielded him from scrutiny, even as allegations of predatory behavior surface. This aligns with broader criticisms of the entertainment industry, where powerful figures often escape accountability due to their connections and resources.
Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter.
Jay-Z's alleged manipulation of young female artists has been a persistent rumor. According to some accounts, Jay-Z locked Rihanna in his office until she signed a record deal, a tactic that has raised eyebrows.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it homework.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth. And she was a kid at that time, correct?
A 15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed. Everyone was talking about it, and the 6 hours that she spent with him, and the 4 hours that she spent alone with him.
Wright has pointed to Jay-Z's alleged inappropriate relationships with young artists like Tierra Murray, Foxy Brown, and even Beyoncé during the early stages of their careers. She also suggests an obsessive fixation on the late Aaliyah, claiming Jay-Z harbored romantic intentions despite her lack of reciprocation.
But they knew each other when she was like 15, 16, correct? You clearly had eyes, and it's not the only one, right? There's Aaliyah as well. I was looking at these photos. There's a history
but Aaliyah,
of this, right?
Definitely. A lot of people don't realize the timeline, but after everything went bad with Robert Kelly and he had to divorce Aaliyah, Jay-Z was interested while she was still underage. And as she started spending more time in New York, he was very, very, very right there. She didn't want that. She didn't want that with him. And if there's one thing I can tell you about Sean Carter, being embarrassed and being rejected are things he does not handle well. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're crazy. He didn't do anything to Big L. He didn't do anything to Lamont Coleman. But I think people tend to forget, if Dame had successfully signed Lamont to Rockefeller, we wouldn't even know about Reasonable Doubt. It would have stayed a cult classic, probably sold 750,000. If Lamont Coleman had signed to Rockefeller, he would have been the star. He's always removed anything that can make him look as average as he is. I don't know how many times they used to tell the story, oh, he has a photographic memory. He remembers all of his lyrics, yet he's always had a teleprompter in the floor at his shows. That's why he would always sit down and look down at make it look like he was looking at his shoes. No, he was reading the lyrics. He is a magician. Everything you see about him is an illusion, but what he loves the most is controlling youth.
These resurfaced allegations have prompted broader discussions about the exploitation of young women in the music industry. Jay-Z's connections and influence have often allowed him to avoid public scrutiny, but as more individuals come forward with their stories, the pressure for accountability grows.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Yeah. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading, but the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around.
As public conversations about exploitation in the music industry grow louder, Jay-Z's name continues to be mentioned alongside others facing allegations. While no legal action or formal accusations have been made against him, the parallels between the patterns of power abuse attributed to him and those linked to Diddy are difficult to ignore.
Alex Spiro committed tortious interference when he called and demanded that apology. Because clearly, I was not exaggerating about Mr. and Mrs. Carter. But you allowed them to silently defame my character without asking them to prove it. If you're going to call someone a liar, call out the lie. He could just said, he could have called and said, this woman has done this to us or done that to us, or we've done this for this woman and that for this woman, and we don't understand why and this is the evidence of why this is ridiculous. There was none such process that happened. I was just discredited, and they were Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'm sorry. It would be sad if I had to sue somebody to get made whole for everything that I lost this fall, because Pierce was so impressed.
The resurfacing of these allegations has prompted broader discussions about the exploitation of young women in the music industry.
Corporate Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God.
Man, R.I.P. Takeoff.
That boy died so they could cash in a motherfucking insurance policy and to cover up the fact that Roc Nation was ripping Megan away from 300. I guess nobody's paying attention to the fact that complete control of Megan Thee Stallion's career was taken over right after Takeoff died, and the Prince family were forced to leverage and let her go, even though they did not want to. Isn't that interesting?
Houston politics. Let me ask you, because...
and I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
Additionally, Jaguar Wright, a former collaborator, has accused Jay-Z of various misconducts, including inappropriate relationships with underage girls and connections to criminal activities. While these claims remain unproven, they contribute to the growing chorus of voices calling for greater transparency and accountability in the music industry. Jay-Z's significant influence and carefully curated public image have largely shielded him from scrutiny, but as the industry undergoes a reckoning, many wonder if more truths will eventually come to light.
Suge is not lying. And the people that aren't speaking are the ones who are just trying to keep their head down and collect as much money as they can and get ready for when Diddy snitches on them. If y'all think, see, Jay-Z failing at screwing up the jury pool and helping Diddy get bond, him failing at that, picking every idiot that they could from the idiot farm to come out here and run dummy missions. It's exactly what I said it was. Starts little fires, runs away, and makes everybody else carry warrior.
Wright's allegations against Jay-Z have also highlighted the music industry's tendency to shield its most powerful figures from accountability. The contrast between Jay-Z's public persona and the allegations against him underscores the complexity of power dynamics in the entertainment world.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
While Diddy's downfall has emboldened others to speak out, many believe Jay-Z's influence will make similar revelations about him far less likely to surface. However, the ongoing discussions about exploitation and abuse of power suggest a shift towards greater scrutiny and accountability.
I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying.
As the industry continues to confront its past, the stories surrounding Jay-Z serve as a reminder of the need for vigilance and integrity. Whether these allegations will lead to concrete actions or changes remains to be seen, but the conversation is undeniably shifting towards greater accountability for even the most powerful figures. For now, Jay-Z remains a towering figure in hip-hop and business, with his reputation intact. However, Jaguar Wright's allegations have added fuel to an ongoing cultural reckoning, forcing fans and industry insiders alike to reevaluate the legacies of those at the top.
Kiss the Girls is the best example that I had to describe the relationship and the camaraderie between the Jigga Man and the Diddler. Okay? These are two people that have been working in concert, collaborating and competing. These are people that have been covering each other's secrets for decades. That's why I say to sit there and to just make Diddy the acceptable monster and not address his greatest collaborator in all of his business dealings it's a miscarriage of justice. Because what you're doing is you're leaving the other half of this two-headed monster out on the street to still be able to do what they do, while this one looks like he's down.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape entertainment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.